at Machine and the Monkey says, nice take on the fight, mate. No BS, just straight up. I'm Aussie, so you know I'm backing Jack, but I love Dorino because he will take any fight. Cheers and Happy New Year. Yes, sir. Happy New Year to you, too. And I'm kind of feeling the same way about that fight. I just think JDM is going to get the job done. Madalena has to win this fight to keep moving up. But Burns is a tough contender, man. That's a tough out, as you saw with Khamzat. That's a tough fight. At Nikki the Fist says, smash what? Khamzat has had 4 fights in the last 3 years. Boring. And his next fight is like in April. Yeah, it's not even booked yet. That's the crazy part. I hear you. I get it. But the more you see him, the more you're going to come back. At Cappy Talk, something like that, UFC does not. Conor is played out. At Shogun, no sport needs one athlete. Yeah, I think they need McGregor, man. That's why he's fighting at 185, and it makes no sense at all. Does nothing. If you think about the sport, every fight should have something to do with the title. Either you're trying to move up or trying to move down. You're fighting in your weight class. They're fighting at a weight class at 185, which does nothing for either fighter should they win. And the UFC's still doing it because they need McGregor. I don't care what anyone says. He's going to come in and probably have more pay-per-view sales than any fight since his last fight. You'll see. Today, Learn Something says nobody cares about Conor. He hasn't won a fight in a long time. He got destroyed in his last 2 fights and has been on all different types of stuff. There's no way Conor beats anyone relevant from 145 to 170. What about 185? Yeah, but I feel what you're saying. At Tyrion says Alex Pereira 3 title fights out of 7 fights in UFC. That would be the 4th champ out of 8 UFC fights. Yuri has 2 title fights out of 4 fights. Hamza has 0 title fights in 7 fights. Is there any justice here? Yeah, I hear you, man. I feel the same way. You know, it's like they just want to take their sweet time with Hamza. At King Ernest says Alex will be the first UFC triple champ. It's very possible. Another one weighs in. On, Chael Sonnen on Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. The guy stepped in on short notice because nobody wants to fight Bo. Well, it's not really short because it's like 3 or 4 months away. Bo did his job. Can't be mad at him. I feel you. Bo's going to dominate that fight. On Ian Gary, we need to go back to when KOs was KO. It shouldn't be a KO if he's not, totally finished, is what he's saying. And I hear you. And it does get tricky whether it's a KO or TKO nowadays because it looks like a KO, but yeah, it's very tricky. Bo Nickel will be his biggest test in terms of Hamza. That's coming later on, for sure. That's coming in like 3 years. And that's the way the Q&A finishes out. So a lot of topics really to discuss. I mean, you got 4 pay-per-views kind of being set in motion. Then you got Conor, June 29th, International Fight Week. Is that UFC 302 or 303? That's to be determined. But a lot of things already being set up for the first 6 months of 2024. And that's why it was important for us to get on here today and kick off the new year the right way, because there's a lot coming this year. And we're going to be here every step of the way to break it down.
He's gonna fight, he's gonna fight. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fight of call, UFC at its height. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded. Wake up, hey, where you at? Hey, got hit in the head with a baseball bat.